Hello, lords and ladies of YouTube. My name is Twang You're Dead, and this is my Pokemon Wonder Trade Challenge, Episode 3. Last time I ended up getting through the forest, got to the next town, got my roller skates, and now I'm going to train my guys up a little bit. This lass has a Goldeen, which, you know, it's not super effective against any of my guys. I don't have any fire types, I don't have any ground types. I do have a rock, which is Soul Rock, but I'm not using him right now. But I'm just going to train my guys up to level 12 in this episode. That's why I kept it really short. Nothing big is going to happen in the episode, unless you count one of my guys evolving as being something big in the episode. But I'm not going to fight any gym leaders, I'm just going to fight the trainers along this road and then run around in the grass, level my guys up to 12, and then I'll save after that. So she brought out a Meryl. Meryl, in this, as I explained in my previous episode, when I encountered an Azurill, which is Meryl's previous evolve, it became a fairy type. So it gained resistances and weaknesses. It's now weak against poison and steel, and it is resistant to dark and immune to dragon now. Again, anytime that I change my lineup for my Pokemon, I end up cutting that part out because it's unnecessary. This Ace Trainer ends up mentioning Grace, a Rhyhorn racer, and that is actually your mom in the game. Her name is Grace, and she raced Rhyhorn, and you end up having a Rhyhorn in your front yard, which is the one that she won with. I read the sign just because I kind of felt like it, and it was weird not to edit it out, so I left it in. We're starting a battle against this Rising Star, and it looks like he has a Riolu, and my Skarmory's just going to destroy it. There's no way a fighting type can win against a flying. I mean, not at this level anyway. So my Skarmory wants to learn Swift. No thank you. I don't need Swift. You're not a special attacker. And that's all he had, it looks like. So Schoolboy Rabby sent out a Pidgey. This Metapod's going to go down really fast. But I take back my Skarmory because it's leveled up pretty good, and I'm pretty sure my Speepa can take care of the Metapod. And my Speepa needs to get to level 12 in order to evolve. And that's one reason that I'm training my guys up to level 12 in this episode, just to get my Speepa to evolve into a Vivillon. So I'm trying to stun it so that it'll be easier to fight, and after 3 tries I actually get it. And he's used Harden so many times that my Speepa's not going to be able to do much, and it would just take too long. Let me tackle it all the way down. And I forgot he had shed skin, so there goes my paralysis plan, but one peck takes him out. Now this pet thing that I do is I touch the bottom screen and I end up giving my Pokemon more experience after the battle. I did do Pokemonomy to get my guys to like me as much as they can on Pokemonomy, and it happens to grant several different bonuses during battle, such as they'll dodge attacks, they will land critical hits when they weren't supposed to. It can also act like a focus band, and if the Pokemon were to get knocked out by an attack, they have a chance of hanging on with one life instead of getting knocked out. They'll shed status effects as well. And then you can, after you beat an opponent, you can quote-unquote pet them, and they'll get enhanced experience. So this chick only had a Bunnelby. It was really easy. I don't know why it's really blurry right here. It shouldn't be really blurry, but it was, and I apologize about that. So I'm fighting Lass Elsa, and she just has one Pokemon, Flabébé. I'm sending out my Spupa so that it gets more experience, because I really want that guy to hit level 12. Sadly, he's not very good in battle right now. So I, for some reason, sent out my Inkay, and I soon learned that that was a really, really bad mistake. His Fairy Wind is super effective against Dark now, so he keeps using it. This Flabébé is about to kick my Inkay's butt. For some reason I use a potion on it. And this thing's, yeah, just gonna... It hits me so hard with that Fairy Wind. I go ahead and knock it out by the skin of my teeth. Previous Pokemon fans may have noticed the dinging that tells you that your guy is about to faint. It only dings 3 times instead of continually dinging, which was one of the more annoying things in all of the versions up to this. I like that it just dings 3 times instead of, you know, trying to compete with the battle music, because that's actually really annoying. But in this version they took that away, which I'm so glad that they did. Through here, this is actually where you go to the Pokemon League. This chick won't let you pass because beyond there is like grass with level 50 Pokemon and stuff, so she's like, you can't go there yet. So that guy won't let you pass unless you have 8 badges. So we'll go back there eventually. Now I'm speeding it up right here, and I muted it because it's this is where I just start running around in this grass and training. Litleo, I think I explained in the last video, they mixed a lot of Pokemon with normal type. Litleo was one of them, fire normal. For some reason he doesn't use a fire attack on my Skarmory, but he uses it on my Spupa. Now, here I ended up going to the Pokemon Center and healing, which is why Spupa is back at full health. I edited that out because it was long and I wanted to keep this video shorter. I have never used Psyduck before, ever, and he's been around since Generation 1. He's never filled, I don't know, I've always felt he fit into a weird niche in a team, and I have never been able to find a place where he felt good. So I never used one. They have Farfetch'd in here. Farfetch'd are pretty decent in my opinion. They're a little different. I mean, they're Generation 1 Pokemon, but I always found that Farfetch kind of fell off by like level 30. They just stopped becoming useful around level 30. I don't know why. I mean, it may just be me, but I never had much use for them after that. Dunsparce are kind of hit and miss Pokemon, in my opinion, because they can be really good and really annoying to fight against, or your Pokemon's just going to blow them away because they're just not very good. So again, you know, kind of hit or miss, especially when you're fighting against them. I don't use them, but again, that's just my personal preference. I've tried them before, but ugh, no thanks. Here my Spupa's evolving, which is awesome. I love this Vivillon pattern. It is so cool. Struggle Bug is a nice attack. In there'll be horde battles, which I don't think I've encountered yet, and Struggle Bug can hit every Pokemon in a horde battle, which is nice. Here's an Azurill. Fairy's not weak or strong against itself, so Fairy Wind was whatever. And like I know I said that in my first video that I would try not doing a fast forward, but this was just training. Just like the last fast forward, it was just finding those 6 Scatterbug. It's not the most exciting stuff to watch, and the audio doesn't quite match up with it. And listening to sped up audio, I don't like listening to sped up audio. It gives me a headache, so I muted it. And I also decided to share my thoughts instead of play music, because I actually kind of more cared about what was going on in this video instead of, oh look, I found another Pidgey, oh look, I found another Bunnelby, oh look, this still isn't a Scatterbug like it was in the first video that I had sped up, which is why I'm talking instead of putting music here. Now I kept my clef key Metal Sound because I'm planning on making it a special attacker, and Metal Sound just synchronizes so well with its special attack pool. Fairy Wind happens to be a special attack based attack. And here this Farfetch'd is going to use Sand Attack, and it's going to raise my accuracy instead of lowering it. If you just saw that, my Inkay dodged a attack from that Farfetch when the little heart went over its head. I'm trying to speed up the process of training them by, petting. I'm trying to pet them after everything, so that they gain more experience and it speeds up the process, because some of these guys are not worth any experience. The type of moves that you can dodge from the Pokemonomy bonus is anything. Anything from status moves to regular hit moves. It's almost like a free protect that's random. It's really nice. Sadly, the benefits from Pokemonomy do not work in multiplayer, but then again, if it did, it'd kind of be broken. So I'm glad, but saddened at the same time that they don't work in multiplayer. But it is what it is. So I'm going to take a minute to let you guys know I do play a lot of different games, outside of Pokemon. Some that I've kind of been limited because my internet situation. I don't. It's based on how much data I use, passing in between. More like for download than upload. So like I used to play League of Legends and Smite a lot, but those games I don't have the fastest internet connection. I think it's like 1.8 megabytes per second, which is terrible, and I just can't play those games. They're unplayable at that speed. So I've been kind of limiting myself to Skyrim and Hearthstone, and I am a beta tester for that, and also another beta game which I found through the Steam store called Godus. It's essentially a game where you can play God. There's a couple games like that. SimCity is the one that kind of reminds me of, because you can sculpt the land, the way that you want it, and you have little people running around. But the people running around are the ones that make your buildings and fix things and this and that, and you're just clearing the land of rocks and trees, and you're sculpting the land so that they can build. It's strangely addicting, but it's in beta, and they've only said that they're only 40% done with it. I highly recommend it for anyone who likes those types of simulation type games. It's I don't know. I find it really fun. You might not, but I definitely suggest it. It's on the PC. It's through the Steam store. Or at least that's how I found it, and I got it half off. And I'm I've been playing it. It's a really good game. So here my Skarmory is fighting one last Bunnelby. I'm staying near the top of the grass so that I can just dip out when I'm done, when Skarmory hits level 12. I'm going to use Sky Attack on this Farfetch'd, insta-kill. There we go, Skarmory's level 12. Wants to learn Agility. And I say goodbye, Leer. The next episode is the gym battle, which will be exciting, so don't miss that. Go ahead and like the video or subscribe, especially if you like the video. If not, go ahead and comment, that's fine too. And I will see you all next time.